As students, today's class we will go for object-oriented principles. Object-oriented principles, and what are the principles are present, we will learn. Next, we will go for implementation of Python program using object-oriented. So, what are the total object-oriented principles are there? So here, first object-oriented principle is object. Next one, class. Next one, encapsulation. Next, inheritance. Next, polymorphism. These all are the object. Next one, another thing, abstraction. Okay, so these all are object-oriented principles. We need to learn each of these in detail. Next, we will go for implementation of this each concept using Python program. So first, we should know what is an object. Object is nothing but it is a real world entity. Okay, so it is a real world entity, and every object has its own states and functionality. Okay, so let us go for what is this. So object is nothing but real world entity. So this real world entity either physically existed or logically existed. Okay, so let us go for these things. Let us go for physically existing entity. So here, now you are sitting in front of your computer. So your computer is an entity. This is physical entity, you can see. So I can consider this is an object. Okay, and you are note down what I am teaching. So you can see book. Okay, so this book, so this is one entity. Next, you are writing in this book using pen. Okay, so this pen is an entity. Okay, or you may call it as an object. So whatever the item you can see physically, everything you can consider as an object. Now I said this object contains its own state and its own functionality. So let us go to these all. So I will go for this computer. So what I said, this computer is an object. When I go for this object, I will tell you what are the states of this object. State is nothing but the data related to that computer. Example, company name of this computer. It is one state. Next, cost of this computer. It is one state. The color, in which color the computer available. That is one state. Okay, what is the capacity of RAM? This is one state. Okay, so here if you go for every computer, this computer contain these different type of states are available. Next, now you understand what is state. Similarly, functionality. For what purpose we are using this computer, that is comes under the functionality. So we are executing the programs. This is one functionality of your computer. Next, you are watching movies. Okay. Next, you are doing some operations using computer. These all are comes under the functionalities of this object. Which object? This computer object. So similarly, I will go for this another entity. I will go for pen. So what is the states of this pen? State is nothing but same. Cost of this pen, company name of this pen, color of this pen, height of this pen, weight of this pen. Okay. So these all are comes under the state of that entity. Similarly, it contains its own functionality. For what purpose we are using this pen? For writing purpose. Are you clear? So if you see any physical entity, every entity has its own state and its own functionality. Is that clear? Now, we understood what is an object. Next one, class. What is class? Class is a blueprint of an object or collection of objects. There are different definitions are available, but I will tell you what is class. Class is creating an object. Generally, we are writing this one as a blueprint of an object. Okay. What is class? Class is a blueprint, which means so how a object is going to be represented, that is going to be defined by using the class. Okay. So for example, I will go for number of students. This is student 1, this is student 2, this is student 3. These are the students. So these all fellows are the individual objects. This is S1 object, this is S2, student 2, student 3, student 4. Every student have the common name? No. Okay. So while here these students are going to join in our organization. So before joining, do we know what are the names of this one? This every student? We don't know. Are you clear? So I will tell you the scenario. Why do we go for creating a class? So here these four students has written EAMCET exam. They are going to join in our college. So before joining into our college, do we know the student names? We don't know. But our management people or administrative officer need to maintain these people's details. Okay. So here, before joining that students, this administrative officer create one Excel sheet. Okay. Like this, he will prepare one Excel sheet. What does this Excel sheet contains? Which contain only prototype. I don't have any data. Just student roll number, student name, okay, student contact number, student address. Like that, he want to take the data, those who are going to join in our organization. Are you clear? So before joining, so AO officer preparing this Excel sheet or not? So this Excel sheet is a prototype. Okay. What does this prototype conveys? Who are going to join in our college, that details need to be entered into this sheet. Are you clear? So here, so while student joining, we do not have any rule number. So let us take this is EAMCET rule number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Raju, contact number all nines and address is Hyderabad. When I write this record, this object is created. Are you clear? When I say these details, this is the state. What does this state showing? This object it is showing. Next, I am going to write another record. So 1, 3, 4, 5. This is Rani. All eights. Warangal. This is another record. Who is showing whose details they are? This S2's details. Are you clear? So what does this Excel sheet? Excel sheet is a prototype which conveys that what type of data need to be collected from this individual student, and each row represent a state. Okay, that state is going to be represent one individual user. Similarly, in Python program, we are going to take different objects. Okay, these all objects are belonging to the same type. They are belonging to the same type, but each object is different. So here, these 4 students are 4 different students. Their name is different. Their contact number is different. Their behavior is different. Everything is different. But they all are belonging to the engineering student of first year. So are they all having the common thing or not? So this common thing prototype can be represented by this Excel sheet in here. And these common things are going to be represented in blueprint form using class. Are you clear? What does this class conveys? This class conveys blueprint. How object can be defined, that is going to be represented by this class. Okay. So object is nothing but real world entity, and its a prototype we are writing using the class. Okay. Next one. Encapsulation. What is an encapsulation? So next one. Encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but simply we are binding the data. Binding the data and its functionality as a single unit. As a single unit. This is called an encapsulation. So just now I said data. Data is nothing but simply state. Okay. I am going to combine the state and its a functionality as a single unit. Single unit is nothing but one independent object. That is called encapsulation mechanism. Okay. So the example of encapsulation is class only. Okay. Just now I said, what does class represent? Class represent the blueprint. Blueprint of what? Object. What object content? If I take this student is having its own object, like Raju is Raju object, and his functionality is for study. Okay. These both are combined in single unit. That single unit is the person. Okay. So here this person is associated or combined with these two things. This is called object. So similarly, how do you achieve this one? By using class. So this class contain data and functionality. This data and functionality going to be combined as single unit. The single unit is this object. So how do you achieve this one? By using encapsulation procedure. So when you write a class, indirectly it says that encapsulation is implemented at here. Are you clear? So while implementing, you can understand how encapsulation can be done. So just you remember, encapsulation is nothing but I am going to combine the data and its functionality as a single unit. This is called encapsulation. I will show this one with the proof. Next one. What is the next concept? Inheritance. What is mean by inheritance? It is very simple again. Inheritance. Inheritance is nothing but one object. Okay, one object acquires the properties of another object. One object is acquired the properties of another object is called inheritance. Okay, so the main aim of this inheritance is for reusability. Okay, I will give you one simple example for better understanding. So here one object, already I have one object. That object is going to give the properties to another object. Okay, if such type of thing is available, which is called inheritance. Simply, very simple example, our father property derived to us is called inheritance. Okay, your father has a car. When I ask you, do you have a car? What do you say? Yes, my father has a car, so that I too have a car. Like that, one property where our parent is available, that is going to be derived to child. Okay, so that is called inheritance. So I will tell you why we are providing the why this inheritance get reusability facility. I will tell you. So nowadays we are using WhatsApp. Am I right or not? Yes. On the very first day implementation of WhatsApp, and nowadays we are using WhatsApp. So can we see upgradation or? Yes, we can see updates. Many updates we can see from the day of introduced to the real world of WhatsApp, and today we can see many changes. So for example, you observe here, when first WhatsApp version 1.0 has introduced, what it content? Generally message transfer is available. Message transfer is available, or we can send images. Okay, are they implemented the code or not? Yes, they have implemented. Next, due to the competition of other social media platforms, this WhatsApp want to be introduced the new feature, which is WhatsApp 2.0. If they want to introduce 2.0, are they delete entire previous code and rewrite everything from begin? No. What was the code already available at here? This is available as it is. And what are the new feature want to be introduced? Example, nowadays we can see the payment option also. Payment is available in 2.0, but 1.0 payment is not available. So to introduce this payment methodology, are they delete old code and implement everything from scratch? Can anyone respond? Are they delete old code and rewrite everything from begin? No. Okay. So as it is old program is available, new one will be start. And what is the features already available, that everything will be given to this 2.0 version. This is called inheritance. Already one object is available. This object is going to give the properties to another class. This is called inheritance. So are you reusing this functionality or not? That is the reason why inheritance is giving reusability facility. Okay, what is inheritance? One object. How object is created? Using class only. So one class is going to give the properties to another class, or one object is giving properties to another object, is called inheritance. Okay, so what inheritance? Encapsulation is for binding the data. Inheritance is nothing but giving one properties to another property. Next one, polymorphism. polymorphism. Okay. So let us go for what is polymorphism again. Polymorphism, poly means multiple. This phism means forms. Okay. So one object behaves differently. Okay. Based on either parameters or based on action or requirement. Okay. So example, I will tell you. For example, this is you. Okay. So this is one object. This is one student or anything you can consider or a human. Okay. So human contain behavior function. Every human has his own behavior. But this behavior changes depending on the place where he is standing. Example, if this person sitting in family, okay, then how he behaves? He behaves like a family member. Next, the same person is sitting in classroom. Then he behaves like a student. Next, the same human person sitting or standing in the ground. Then how he behaves? His behavior changes like a player. Are you clear? So the person is the same object. This is the same object. His behavior is changing depending on the place where he is standing. Is this working mechanism is different or not? Yes. So this type of mechanism we are going to write in the program. So that is called polymorphism. I will tell you one simple example of polymorphism using one programmatical example. So we know plus operator. Okay. So we have been learning this plus from school level onwards. Now how it behaves differently in programming, I will tell you. The same plus operator, I am going to write one number prefix. Just I am writing plus before one numeric value. Can you tell me what does this plus conveys? This conveys positive number. Okay. Same this plus is going to be right between two values. Can you tell me how this plus behaves? This plus behaves like a addition operator. Okay. Next, this same place I am going to write between two strings ABC, DEF, and plus I am writing. Can you tell me how it behaves? It behaves like a concatenation. Are you clear? So are you using same object or not? This one is the same object. But based on the place we are writing, is this behave same or different? This working style is different based on the place where you are using. So this is achieved by using polymorphism mechanism. Is that clear? So what does polymorphism? The same object behavior changes depending on the place he is standing. Are you clear? So what is the example? We have seen this plus example. Is it only one? No, different things are available. Next one. I will tell you one more example. What did you learn in the programming? So you know len function. This is coming under the operator point of view. I will tell you another thing. So here we learn len function. Okay. What is the purpose of this len function? This len function is to count number of characters are available in a string. If I give ABC, it will behave 3. So is it taking string and finding the value 3 or not? Yes, the same functionality I am giving. What is that? List 2, 3 I am giving. What does it do? It is giving 3. The same functionality, the behavior of finding string and list, both are same or different? The way of finding the length of string and the way of finding the length of list, these both are different. Are you clear? Both are different. But is this len function working two different ways when you use two different values or not? Yes, this is also one of the concept of polymorphism. We can understand these are in well by seeing some example. Okay, so what is polymorphism? One object behaves differently based on the place where you are using. Okay, next one. Abstraction. What is an abstraction? Very simple. Abstraction is nothing but hiding. So next OOPS concept is abstraction. So what is abstraction? Abstraction is nothing but hiding implementation. Hiding implementation and highlighting functionality, which means what an object do that conveys, but how it is doing, which hides. Are you clear? What an object is doing, that will be conveys to the real world, but that object, how it is working, will be hidden, is one example of abstraction. I will tell you one simple example. You will go to ATM machine. Okay, so you take ATM machine is an object. So are you using ATM machine? Yes. Can you do withdraw? Yes. Can you do deposit? Yes. Is this ATM machine show you what are the operations it is doing? Yes, it is showing. But is this ATM machine show you how the link is established between ATM and server? It never shows. How amount is adding back of the server, is it show to you? No, it won't show you. Okay, everything. Can you see how money is counting back of ATM machine? We cannot see. Everything is in hiding. But is it showing what are the services ATM machine can do? Yes. So ATM machine highlighting its functionality. What are the functionalities? Withdraw is one functionality. Deposit is one functionality. And account transfer is one functionality. These all services I can provide, like that ATM machine will convey you. Okay, it is highlighting. But implementation, do you know how withdraw is performing back of server? No. Can you tell how deposit working back of server? No. Can you see how amount transfer, where withdraw is performing, where deposit is working? Can you see this one physically? No. This everything is hidden, but what it is doing, it is highlighting. Okay. If you write this kind of application, this is called abstraction. One more example. You will go to any restaurant. Okay. When you go to restaurant, what do you see? You can see the menu card. Okay, you can see menu card. Are you giving order, any food order by seeing kitchen or by seeing menu card? We can give order by using menu card. Okay, what does this menu card contain? Just item names are available. You can see only item names. But where that all items were implemented? Inside the kitchen. Inside the kitchen. Is this kitchen is highlighting or implementing? This kitchen is implementing. Can you see anywhere kitchen? If you go to restaurant, can you see kitchen where it is available? You can't find where the kitchen is available. But everything is implemented inside the kitchen only. But what can you see? What are the items that hotel or restaurant can provide? That everything is directly available to you. You can see all the items what are that hotel is providing, but you can't see how that items are preparing. Okay, so this is going to be hidden and it is going to be highlighting. Okay, so how do you achieve this one? By using this abstraction mechanism. Okay, so what is abstraction? Which is highlighting the implementation, sorry, hiding the implementation and highlighting the functionality. Example, ATM machine will show what are the services it will provide, but it never show how it is performing. And this menu card conveys that what are the items a restaurant is preparing, but we cannot see how they were implementing. So this is the hidden area. Here, this one is the hidden area. So how do you achieve this one? By using this abstraction. Okay,